How's it going, everybody? It's your boy Jose, aka TheNYCGeek, aka TNG, aka your Elden Lord. Even on hiatus, your Elden Lord, aka the guy who is back, and I come back to you now at the turn of the tide, just like Gandalf.
And I come back to you now at the turn of the tide
To give my thoughts on the fucking Kenobi finale. It's here. It's finally here. The show is finally wrapped up. It's supposed to be only a limited series. We don't know. There's supposedly rumors that there's going to be another season. I hope not, because this finale perfectly encapsulates this entire series as a whole. It is a disjointed, sloppy mess with awful action sequences and a smidge of remember berries that are like they dangle it in front of you like fucking keys in a pathetic attempt to make you look back at the whole ordeal in like a positive light, because that's what they do. They even the last thing they ended on, and I will touch on it, but this episode, this series, it was not great. It was not good. It wasn't even fucking average. Okay. It was below average at the best of times, which were far and few between, and outright insultingly bad the majority of the time. Okay. This show was not an 8. It's not an 8. It's not a 7. And it's a fucking 2 or a 3 if I had to rate it on a 1 to 10 scale. Okay. And I'm sorry if that annoys you, but it's the fucking truth. This episode blew. Okay. And we're gonna discuss scene by scene. All right. So that's your spoiler warning if you're worried about spoilers, which you shouldn't be, because the show sucked. Okay. So the first scene of the Obi-Wan Kenobi finale, of course, it has to begin not with Kenobi. Why would you start the scene, the finale with the titular character? No, we got to start it with Reva, because it's the real main character of the show, who has somehow not only miraculously healed from having a lightsaber rammed into her gut, which should have fucking killed her as it kills other characters, but she's somehow not only miraculously healed like that, but she has teleported to Tatooine. How? Where did she find a ship? How'd she make it there so fucking fast? Especially since in the next scene right after, we see that Vader's Star Destroyer is chasing down the shuttle that escaped him. Don't know. Don't care. Don't ask. Fuck you. That's how. Because this show is so fucking sloppy and so full of plot holes that she has just appeared in fucking Tatooine. She's just magic. Just there. Whatever. And as I said, Vader's Star Destroyer is still chasing down the passenger shuttle from last episode. Listen to me clearly. A passenger shuttle. This Star Destroyer, this isn't a regular Star Destroyer. This is a capital Star Destroyer. This is Vader's personal Star Destroyer. And it is struggling to shoot a single passenger shuttle down. They don't drag it in with tractor beams. I don't know if they haven't invented that yet. I'm pretty sure they have. And apparently the shields on this ship are powerful enough to withstand a volley of blast from a Star Destroyer, from Vader's Star Destroyer. Oh, but Jose, he says increase the firepower 1 point. No. It just shoots more barrages. It's still a fucking single shot should have taken this damn thing out. Unless this pilot has the greatest, what must be is that this pilot must be the greatest pilot that has ever existed in Star Wars, because their evasive maneuvers are top notch. This scene is fucking awful. Again, awful is going to be a word you hear repeated a lot, because that's what this series has been, and that's what this finale is. We have a brief scene with Luke and Owen, like it flashes back, because there's 2 storylines that are taking place during this finale. It's Obi-Wan and Vader's confrontation, and Reva doing her bullshit. Okay, and Reva's bullshit involves, now she's looking for Owen, because she's gonna fucking find Luke. She knows about the kids, and We have a brief scene with Luke and Owen, and then we're back to Kenobi delivering like a couple speeches to the people, on the ship, this indestructible shuttle, before he does the same fucking strategy that he's been doing this whole time, and that's go elsewhere and lure Vader's attention away. And of course, because Vader's been reduced to an idiot in this show, he goes right along with it. Even the Grand Inquisitor tells Vader how dumb it is to prioritize, and I quote, one lone Jedi over wiping out the insurgents. He says we can wipe out the entire insurgency. And Vader is like, not just one Jedi, blah, 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 and of course, the Star Destroyer can't even hit Kenobi's small dropship as it makes its way to a nearby planet. First off, if the Star Destroyer is having this much fucking difficulty with a fucking passenger shuttle, a fucking X-Wing should destroy this goddamn thing because it's ridiculous. It's absurd. And then the fucking Kenobi's ship goes to a nearby planet, right? Why didn't the shuttle go to the same planet? It's not like the Star Destroyer can enter the planet's fucking atmosphere. They could have gone in there, make the repairs they needed to the ship, and then escape. But that would have, I guess, made sense or something like that. I don't know. We are going back and forward to, like I said, Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru preparing to defend Luke from Reva, who has found out that Luke is Vader's kid because Bail Organa is a fucking moron too. Pretty much everyone here is a moron. And, he left this recorded and unencrypted message to Kenobi telling anyone who sees it that they're hiding the kids. So the only good thing of this episode is there's also a little shot later on that I liked, but the only real good thing of this episode has been Owen and Beru. That's it. They're the only ones that are bothering to actually act, and it's great, seeing them protect Luke. What fucking Obi-Wan should have been doing this whole time, because this fucking show doesn't give a damn about continuity and canon. Anyway, Vader lands on the planet. He lands on the planet that Obi-Wan lured him to, and they begin their duel, and I cannot wait for Shadowversity to break this fight down because it was bad. And I'm nowhere near the expert that I'm not an expert at all in combat choreography. I can see when something's bad. But he is a fucking expert on it. Like, he is just top-notch combat stuff, and he is gonna rip this thing apart because there's a lot of spinning, which I know he hates. There's choreography where they're like swinging, not at each other. They're swinging at each other's lightsabers. There's like 2 or 3 scenes that I don't know what the fuck it was, but it's just Kenobi like holds out his saber and it's like really bad editing. It's just Vader says something. And the dialogue too, like Vader's like, your strength has returned, but the weakness still remains. Which is just, what? Your strength returned, but the weakness still remains? I'm guessing that maybe Vader is implying the fact, he's like referencing the fact that Obi-Wan, obviously his strength is returning, which it never should have faded. I've said it fucking before. The Force is not a muscle, but he might be referencing the fact that, like, yes, your connection to the Force is miraculously restored, but that like you're that like he's still attached to Anakin. That's what I'm guessing they wanted to reference, but they could have said it better. And then like Vader buries fucking Obi-Wan which is a current recurring theme in this stupid show, is that he leaves him alive and he walks off. Why do characters keep doing that in this fucking series? No one finishes off their enemies in this show. No one. And I know that they can't finish them off because we know they fucking live. But what I'm saying is it makes no sense for the characters to do this. It's like, so I didn't give my thoughts on the previous episode, so I'll just briefly touch on it here. When Vader stabs Reva, and he knows that it's her, and he knows that she survived this wound already once. She survived this wound. He knows that she gave the same wound to the Grand Inquisitor and he survived. Why the fuck would Vader not be like, well, shit, everyone's surviving lightsabers now, so I might as well just fucking kill you. I'm going to cut your head off. No, But in this show, like, so he does the same thing with Kenobi. He buries him in a bunch of rocks and he walks off. Because no one finishes off anybody in this fucking show. Nobody can die. Nobody dies. There was only one person who died. It's Tala. And Wade. Wade fucking died. Anyway, the best part of this episode truly is when it comes back to Reva, and Reva's fighting with Owen, and she says, you really love the boy, and like he's your own. And Owen's like, he is my own. And Aunt Beru and Uncle Owen are the only fucking characters that I'm rooting for in this series. And even then, there's no damn tension because they don't die here. We know they don't die here. They die in New Hope. Okay? This is a problem with fucking prequels and whatnot. There's no tension with any of these characters because you know they're not gonna fucking die here. So you don't give a fuck about Kenobi fighting with Vader. You don't give a fuck about Reva fighting with Owen because you know they're not gonna fucking die. So anyway, you go back to Kenobi and he starts having these like flashbacks of the kids, mainly of Leia, because he doesn't really give two shits about Luke. We've seen that he doesn't give two shits about Luke. Even in his flashback, he has like 2 fucking flashbacks of Luke and like 7 or 8 of Leia. And now he fucking powers up. He goes Super Saiyan and he starts beating Vader's ass. He's throwing boulders at the guy with ease. He's hurling him with the Force. And then he finally cuts off a piece of Vader's helmet to expose part of his face underneath. And this scene, that shot was good, but there's still a problem here. And it's that we've seen this exact scene already in Disney's Rebels with Ahsoka and Vader, where she cuts a piece of his fucking face off, his helmet. She cuts a piece of the helmet off, and we see his face, and they're interacting with that. It's the exact same thing. They're already repeating their own shit because they're so unimaginative. And let me tell you, that reunion between Anakin and his former Padawan is infinitely better than this. There was so much more emotion in that animated series. I love Ahsoka, and that's fuck. I'm sure they'll ruin her character too. I'm quite sure that in her show they're gonna ruin her too. I'm goddamn willing to bet on it. But Obi-Wan begins apologizing to Anakin for everything, and Anakin reminds Obi-Wan that Anakin is gone, and that he is what remains. And this is the other part that I said that I did like, because like I said, they have like part of Anakin's face, like this is all covered up, right? And this part is showing. And they have Obi-Wan's face and Vader's face illuminated by Kenobi's lightsaber. So they're all like blue, right? And he's talking to him, and Obi-Wan starts to cry, and he's like, I'm so sorry. And Anakin's like, I'm all that remains. And it's almost like you're getting a glimpse, a little bit of Anakin, maybe not of old, but just he's not the machine anymore. And as he's talking, his voice is regular, and it's at times the I don't know what to call it, but the thing that gives Vader his iconic voice, the scrambler or whatever, the fucking modular or whatever the term is for it. Like he cuts between the two. And I like that. And I like that shot of his face in blue from Obi-Wan's lightsaber, and Obi-Wan's face in blue. And then he goes, and then Vader tells him, I am not your failure. You didn't kill Anakin Skywalker. I did. And then it shifts from blue to Vader's red. Like it shows like Vader's red, and so is Obi-Wan's face. Like it was a cool shot. It was a really, really cool shot. I liked it. Like I said, I've seen the shot done before. We've seen this interaction done before with Ahsoka and Vader, but it was really shot well. I like the lightsaber glow and whatnot. Anyway, we have yet another fucking person being left alive, and we're left to wonder how stupid Obi-Wan is, because he has Vader dead to rights. He has Vader done. Vader's like, he has his lightsaber out, but he's beaten because Obi-Wan fucked up his chess machine. He's wheezing. He's on one knee. He can't fight anymore. And you're just like, how fucking stupid is Obi-Wan? You have Darth Vader weakened, defenseless, and instead of Kenobi finishing off an enemy that has helped wipe out the entire Jedi Order, who he knows would be a threat to the children who he has pledged to protect. He leaves them alive and walks away. And this is one of the reasons why this entire series is flawed. There's a million reasons, but this is one of the reasons, because these two should have never met back up. Why the fuck would Kenobi ever leave Darth Vader alive? Ever? Sit there, you fucking sycophants who defend this fucking show. You tell me why he would ever fucking leave him alive, okay? He tried to kill him in Mustafar, and now he tried to kill him in Mustafar, left him to fucking burn to death, no less. And in the past decade, countless lives Vader has taken. He has killed countless people, and he will continue to take it. Like, he will continue to take lives if left alive. And Kenobi walks away. It makes no fucking sense. Every single person that Vader hurts in the future is now directly Kenobi's fault. It's not fucking mercy. Okay? This is a bad character. He's a villain. Vader, fucking Kenobi has killed people left and right. It's not like he's shown mercy in the fucking past. He killed fucking he was trying to kill fucking Boba Fett's dad. He was trying to he's will kill who he needs to kill. He killed Darth Maul, he'll kill. If he has to kill, he'll kill. Okay? The Jedis aren't fucking pacifists in that sense, okay? And yet, for some reason, he leaves alive the greatest threat in the galaxy. Not just to him, but to the kids, to the rest of the universe, to the galaxy. And he just leaves them? Are you fucking kidding me? So fucking terrible, man. Anyway, we flash back to Reva, who is, she's chasing Luke, and Obi-Wan feels this from God knows how far away this planet is. But don't worry, Obi-Wan, because she's not going to do jack shit, okay? She's not going to, because no matter how much evil she has committed, and yes, this character, Reva, is fucking evil, okay? She is evil, people, okay? She has to have her redemption arc, or her redemption moment, or they think it's a redemption moment. It's really not. It's really not, okay? So she can get her own fucking spin-off show. And she chases Luke down for nothing, and then brings his ass back, and she starts breaking down to Obi-Wan, asking Kenobi if she she goes, have I become him? In other words, have I become Darth Vader? You know, if she's become Darth Vader, and Kenobi has the gall to say no. Are you fucking kidding me? This woman has hunted, tortured, maimed, killed countless innocents. She has helped in the persecution of not just anyone who is Force sensitive, but other Jedis. We saw her maim a woman. We saw her about to torture a child. Yes, Reva, you are just as fucking bad as Vader. And no matter how much Obi-Wan can blow me, because that's what he should be fucking called, tries to say that you honored the younglings that Vader killed, you helped hunt and kill plenty of children also. Yes, you are just as bad as him. You are him. You have become him. You became him a long time ago. All right? I don't care if Disney's trying to be like, well, look how good she is. She killed. No, dude. She killed mad people. She was ready to fucking torture Leia. She's not a fucking good character. Fucking. And to keep kicking you in the nostalgia nuts, because Disney has to go to the well for everything, because they're running out of ideas. So they're like, fuck, we need, oh, what else can we bring up? We need more remember berries. They bust out the Emperor, and they have Emperor Palpatine basically chewing out Vader, telling him to drop the fucking metallic hard-on that he has for Kenobi and to overcome his past. And Vader flips a switch like this, and they finally play the Imperial March to signify that this is now the Vader that we all know, the emotionless cyborg who puts the good of the Empire over his own personal goals. It's too late, Disney. It's too fucking late, because you already made this character look like an idiot far too many times. You made everybody look like idiots. Everyone. Even Reva, you've made look like an idiot. I mean, this show, the show finally starts to wrap up with, and it wasn't even that long. It was like an extra 10 minutes. You would think this is the season finale. They would bust out everything. Nope. Can't. The fucking, somebody's got to go on lunch. We don't got time. We can't give you barely more than 30 minutes. It was like, I think 42 minutes maybe. Because they had like 8 minutes of fucking credits or something. Anyway, the show starts to wrap up with Kenobi paying Leia another visit. And if this series isn't trying to slap you across the face with how little it cares about continuity, okay? They make sure to drive it home when Leia hugs Kenobi goodbye and says, goodbye, Obi-Wan, okay? Goodbye, Obi-Wan, to get rid of the stupid argument that people were trying to use, saying, oh, she's never heard that Jedi be referenced as Obi-Wan. She only knew him as Ben. No, you're fucking wrong. And this show just doesn't give a fuck about continuity. Accept that, okay? That's the first step towards recovery. Accept the fact that they don't give a fuck about continuity. They don't give a fuck about canon. And it doesn't care about it because Kenobi then goes to meet Luke with his fucking lightsaber on the side of his hip, just fucking out for anyone to see, because Obi-Wan's the biggest moron at hiding that he's a fucking Jedi. He's a fucking idiot. And then it ends with the extremely predictable cameo appearance of Qui-Gon Jinn as a Force ghost telling Obi-Wan that he was already there, and the Kenobi just wasn't ready to see him. None of us were ready to fucking see this fucking trash show. And that's how this disaster of a series ends. This show was a travesty, okay? It has taken a shit on Star Wars fans, on the canon, on the continuity, and yes, continuity fucking matters, okay? You maidenless tarnished. It matters. Look, you can say you enjoyed the show. That's fine. If you enjoyed it, that's fine. Again, I say it all the time. I enjoy bad things too. But the mindless Disney consumers who are out there ready to gobble up whatever shit Disney puts on their plate, will sit there and defend the show and say it makes, all of it makes sense. It all makes sense. There's no plot holes. What are you talking about? There's no problems with the continuity. This is a 10 out of 10. That's what I have a problem with. Okay? That's what I have a problem with. If you sat there and said, I like it. Yeah, I know it's fucking stuff up, but I'm having fun. Hey, all right, that's fine. That's cool. Have fun. But if you're sitting there acting like this is perfection, that this is a chef's kiss, and that there's nothing wrong with this show, and has done nothing to damage Star Wars, the continuity, you're out of your fucking mind. You will take anything, because you cannot defend the plot holes that this fucking show has ripped into the original trilogy. You cannot sit there and say that these characters didn't act like absolute morons and made choices that made no fucking sense. Okay, they made choices that made no sense. It was inconsistent, sloppy writing with piss poor action. And this series never had to be made. It never should have been made. Okay? It was Disney being the greedy, uncreative hacks that they are. That's all they do. They hack shit apart and put it on the fucking processing line. And with writers who are fucking idiots. And yes, the writers who wrote this series are fucking awful. Okay, I've watched that guy basically say he's never watched the series. He had no idea. He had no idea that Vader, that Obi-Wan knew that fucking Vader was Anakin. He's a fucking buffoon. Okay? And Disney attacking any fan who rightfully calls out this garbage for what it is, fuck Disney and fuck this show. If I had to give it a score, it's like a 3 out of 10. This is not average. This is not average. The scene where fucking Kenobi is walking out with Leia under his trench coat on a base that's on full alert was so stupid. It was like Scooby-Doo levels of dumb. The previous episode where again Vader, like where you have like 30,000 fucking stormtroopers firing into a crowded hallway, and one of the fucking guys, the Rakan, I think is his name, is the leader, is standing from here, like from where this fucking character is to here, and he doesn't get fucking blasted by a volley of. It's so insulting. That's what this show is. There is one word that can sum up. I mean, there's a million words that can sum up this show: garbage, trash, shit, terrible, all of them, all. But to me, I think no word sums up Obi-Wan Kenobi, the series, better than insulting. There is no word more fitting for this series. Insulting. If I had to give it a score, that's the score. It's insulting. It's insulting to you. It's insulting to the characters. It's insulting to everyone. Everyone. Okay? This is one of the worst things that has come out of Disney Star Wars. And before someone, oh, you just hate all Disney Star Wars. Incorrect. Because I fucking love Rogue One. Rogue One is, if we're not talking about like trilogies or we're not, if we're all Star Wars films, Rogue One is my favorite Star Wars movie. I love Jyn. I love the characters in it. I think Jyn is she was an awesome fucking lead. What a great fucking protagonist. Rogue One is phenomenal. It's my favorite Star Wars film. It's that, then it's Empire Strikes Back, and then Force Awakens. Yes, I liked Force Awakens a lot. Force Awakens and New Hope are kind of tied because they're so similar. But I liked Rey in that movie. I liked Finn. I liked Poe. I like Rey more than I liked Luke in New Hope. So I got to be honest. So it's not just, oh, because it's Disney, you don't. No. This show is insulting. It doesn't deserve, it never should have been made. It doesn't deserve any praise, anything positive, because it was garbage. It was lazy, and it was an insult to you. Okay? It's an insulting show. It has to be, like I said, one of the worst things to come out of Disney Star Wars. It's not as bad as The Last Jedi, because that to me is the most insulting thing to ever come out. It's the worst thing to come out of Disney Star Wars, but it's up there. It's fucking close. All right. And for fuck's sake, it's Last Jedi and maybe Rise of Skywalker, and then this in terms of trash tier things. Anyway, if you want to see this story told better, go watch Rebels, which is also from Disney. Go watch Rebels. That was a much better show. And Ahsoka is an infinitely better character than Kenobi in this show. And the payoff when her and Vader reunite is so much more rewarding. I will always say that scene where she is on the ship and she feels Vader and they feel each other using the Force, and he's chasing them on the TIE fighter. And he's like, and he looks and and she's like, the realization comes that she realizes that this is Anakin. And he says, the apprentice lives. Like it's like he's like, oh shit. Like this was my former apprentice, but he says it in such a cool way. The apprentice lives. Those 3 words, way more impact. And then she passes out from the shock of it. Way better than this. That scene alone is better than all of Obi-Wan Can Blow Me. Absolutely better. So that's my thoughts on this garbage show. Thank God it's over. Now we have that out the way. We have still Miss Marvel leaving a trail of shit. But hey, I'm here at the turn of the tide, because at least I'll give my thoughts on Miss Marvel later. That show is getting the viewership and the ratings that it deserves. So anyway, this has been the NYC Geek. I'm back, baby. If you enjoyed this content, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Hit it right now. Unless you're subscribed, then please don't hit it. And while you're at it, please consider hitting that like, that share button, that freaking bell, so you can know when another video goes live. Leave a comment down below. I love to engage in chat with all of you, and I do respond to every single comment. And if you haven't already, make sure to follow me over on twitch.tv/TheNYCGeek, where I stream regularly on Sundays, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, as well as follow me on that filthy cesspool that is Twitter. It's disgusting over there. Remember, always, your time is precious, and I thank you for sharing it with me. Seriously, I do. Stay safe, take care of each other, and I'll see you guys next time, all right? I'll see you.